That's all the ice pushing up against shore. We're back. What is up, YouTube? Today we are here, Pierce Lake. A little bit of open water over there, very thin ice here, and then a little bit thicker over here. So I have a regular fishing rod, I have an ice fishing rod, I have my ice auger, my paddle. We're ready for everything. Last video I made, an old man pleaded with me not to go out. He said he fell in. I'm pretty sure a shanty might be right over there. We're gonna have to go check that out, and then come back around and break some ice as we go into our ice spot. And potentially, I'm assuming that we're gonna ice fish today, mainly. But stay tuned, we'll find out soon, and let's go. So, we're gonna scoot our way out like this. For the most part. I'll try pushing with the auger. The ice seems slippery, and we're gonna get to the shallows, and then we'll work back over here and ice fish. Yeah, so this is gonna work out perfectly because the ice is actually doesn't have slush on it today. It's more firm, so I'll be able to just kind of use the auger to at least get me where I want to be. Whew. A lot of effort again. We're gonna try to use our momentum here. Like kayak. Oh yeah, any second it's gonna break. Gotta make sure I'm balanced, just in case. Any second. I hope I can get back on yours. Here we go. We are switching from the auger to the paddle. Whew. Yeah, but there was a guy, he said he fell in, and I'm pretty sure that we're running into his shanty right now. That was our first goal. Then we're gonna do some musky fishing, and then we're gonna go ice fishing. And this is definitely a shanty. Wow. Up on the shanty right now. I didn't get it on film, but last video that I made, before I went out, a guy pleaded with me not to come out. And he said he went in. Literally, that's a shanty right here, guys. That's crazy. He said that the DNR told him that he can't recover this until open water. I'm not going to drag it to shore because I don't want anybody else to come steal it or anything like that. So I'm going to leave it be. It's none of my business. But that is an ice shanty under the water. So now we're going to cast the open water. I'm going to probably break up some of the ice a little bit. And then we're going to cast for musky. And then after that, we're going to go into the thicker ice and ice fish for crappie. Whew. Let's go. So this is not unlike anything I used to do at Bussy when I used to early winter fish there. You can see all the ice breaking up around me. Little tiny shards. There's a lot of rainbowy, kind of oily residue on the surface. I'm assuming when that ice shanty went in, there maybe had propane tanks or some kind of something, because a lot of on the surface there's a lot of rainbowy kind of you know, definitely some oil or something in there. But we're gonna break up a little bit more of this ice, and then we're gonna start open casting for musky. Stay tuned. We're gonna cast that for musky right now. A lot of slick, oily residues here around all over this area. Tons of oil slicks everywhere. Tons of oil slicks everywhere. You can see this is the shanty right here. I do see shad swimming around right under me too. Alright, I'm gonna cast along this. Yeah, I just saw like 2 or 3 shad, but don't get me wrong, there's tons of shad in this lake, so can't get too excited. Alright guys, we are in open water on a portion of the lake here. You can see all the birds around me. We went hard on the musky for at least an hour. It doesn't seem to be, at least maybe what I'm using, nothing. But there are the fish of 1,000 casts. So, but now we're gonna work our way up onto the ice, and we're gonna go ice fish the spot that we've been fishing, the fish crib area. So maybe we'll get a musky through the ice on 4-pound test and a little jig, who knows? We're gonna head over there though for a crappie and panfish and see how that goes. So stay tuned as we make our way back, first paddling and then onto the ice, and then scooching our way through the ice, unless I can break it. So let's go. Okay, so here I am, kayaking, about to go ice fish, right about there. Yet, if you look in the distance, on the other side of the lake, there's 2 shanties right there. Isn't that crazy? We might switch back to the auger. See what happens here. Got long ways to go. It's the second spot I'm not seeing. I think we're more on that open area. We're gonna move a little bit to our right. Ugh. If I turn it, that's the best question. It's very hard to turn. Pretty sure we're a lot closer to where we want to be. That should be big enough. I'm assuming it is. If you're curious as to how thick the ice is, it's a nice soft that. So, ice kayak fishing out here. Throw all these thick chunks out of there, right? We're gonna fish that hole. So we're gonna drop the camera. Oh yeah, we see fish, guys. Alright guys, you can see we're right on the fish grip. And that's going to be essential in us doing a lot of what we want to do this spring with the musky and stuff, because we know where the crib is, we know where the fish sit, we've seen musky, walleye, and everything around the crib. So fishing this crib intensely, I think I'm going to be able to produce all the results that I want to do. And I do want to get a Pierce Lake musky. But right now, ever since I found this fish crib, we've not once been skunked, not once. And you see all the fish that hang around it. So it's actually very interesting. So we're gonna lift up on our camera to show you a little bit more of this crib. You see there's bluegill. Try to spin it around for you too. There's bluegill, there's crappie. You can see how the crib's made. We're right in the center of it. That's where it keeps seeming to drop down. And there's multiple layers of it. You can see like little cabin log houses. Multiple layers of it. Right now we're rising. And that's what you're seeing. Tons of bluegill on it today, but when we first came there was tons of crappie and things like that, and all the way to the surface you could see them, tons of them. We're gonna drop back down now slowly and let it spin on its own, just so you can see what we're dealing with here. Tons of fish use this crib. Outside of this fish crib, it's otherwise pretty flat. There's a few drops, but it's a lot of muck on the bottom, which is good for musky, catfish. Even large ones, they don't mind it. But that's what we're dealing with here, guys. Tons of fish everywhere, you can see. And now that we found them, we're fishing this very thin ice hole that I didn't even drill through. I just literally hit it with my auger and it broke. So we're fishing that with a little ice jig. So stay tuned for some more fish. There's one. Nice. First fish of the day, guys. Ice cold. Right in the lip there. No bait attached. I'll probably just wiggle that out of there. See? That's why you gotta keep your line tight when you catch them. Look at that, guys. The awesome thing about everything that's happening is no skunks, baby. No skunks. So here we are. Beautiful white crappie. Look at that thing. Beautiful fish. out here on the ice in our kayak. We're not breaking through, but we're definitely sinking it down. But we're gonna let this beautiful fish go. All this hard work making me thirsty. There's one. Nice little bluegill. He hit on the rise of the jig. Little tiny hook right in the front. Nothing else on it. Going in. Yeah, and shanties. They're trying to challenge me on the last person to fish Pierce Lake, ice fish Pierce Lake. The spot we're fishing right here. So we used the camera to find the fish crib, find the fish, and now we're just blind fishing, just with the jig coming slowly off the bottom, constantly twitching, and it's so far playing off pretty well. But the camera is very useful. It's just to know that I'm not fishing an area where there's no fish is confidence in itself. So to be able to see that there's fish down there, even though I'm not really technically using the camera, really helps out with the confidence. So I can blindly fish now that I know that there's fish down there. We're gonna just drop the jig all the way down and slowly jig up. The fish crib was literally right there, and I'm about 3 feet from that. As you can see, the ice is pretty thin. The kayak is distributing my weight enough where it's not just breaking right through, but I can take my auger simply and just break right through the ice. So it's in places 2 inches, but a very soft 2 inches. But needless to say, we do have, well, they actually left now, but we did have 2 shanties out there. So I might still be keeping this record of the last person to fish, ice fish, Pierce Lake, and the first to kayak fish in 2025. They tried to challenge me on that today. I can't believe there were shanties out on the ice today. That's scary. But yeah, we're out here, we're safe, we're having fun. I don't have a saving feature on my camera, DVR type style, unfortunately. Otherwise, you would see what I can see. But we just had a musky and a huge bass swim by, scare everything off. Pierce Lake, Rock Cut State Park. Today we're ice fishing. Don't have a choice. I'm just taking what nature is giving me, and that's what I typically do. If I don't catch one species, we kind of move on to the next tier. Came out here, we casted for musky, you saw all that. Now we're ice fishing right here for crappie, panfish. But I seen a musky swim by, and I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. I'm gonna continue to soak up this beautiful sun. Just absolutely beautiful day today. Very quiet. A lot of birds, which is awesome, but very quiet otherwise. So let's continue to do what we do. Good fighter there. Oh, nice Gilligan. Nice Gilligan, guys. Look at that. Very nice bluegill out here. On the ice, guys, on the ice. We're doing well today. Taking what nature is giving us. So, went in for the release. Toss him there, let him do his thing. You should be able to figure it out. Tons of bubbles forming. Everything, I mean. Like I was saying, just taking what I can get, guys. Those geese just landed on ice. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure that they thought they were going to land in water. DNR just drove by in the lot and paused just to check on us. So, but I think we are pretty much done here, guys. We did what we needed to do to accomplish what we needed to accomplish. It's getting pretty cold. My fingertips are cold. My rod tip is iced over, as you can see. So we are still out here on the ice in our kayak. We did cast open water bait caster today, though, in the sunlight. It was warm enough with the sun to cast the bait caster without it freezing up on me. And we tried for musky, didn't catch any of those, but we did see one swim by while we were ice fishing, so that's very exciting. I've been seeing this, I believe it to be the same musky that I've been seeing, so we'll see what happens with that. But thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, send this video to a friend if they don't like fishing. Guarantee they'll start. And we'll see you guys next Friday on another geofishing exclusive. Peace.